Oh, Lord. I want to apologize for being late. I'm not normally this late. I was teaching this evening, so it's currently, oh, I don't know, approximately just after 8 p.m. in Central Europe, in Budapest. I was teaching this evening, and the student I was teaching had a medical episode, and it was an absolute disaster because it was me, the receptionist, and another colleague running around, and we were very short on resources because two of us are foreigners, so we don't know what to do. So it was just an absolute disaster. But the student got into the ambulance, and that was fine. Whew. So, hi Mace, how are you? I hope you're having a less uneventful day than I am, because I was not expecting that at the last minute, and that was very, very uncomfortable. I'm not sure what the medical emergency was, but she fainted and then she couldn't get up, and it was like, whoa, what's going on here? I hope you're doing well. Oh, that's good. You're doing good. I hope you've sorted out the writing. I know you were experiencing some sort of writer's block in terms of getting ideas down. I hope it's going better now. I've been trying to update the 24/7 live I've got going on, but my goodness, when life happens, it really does happen. I'm also going to start doing world building live streams, if that's fine with you. So rather than just having the write with me at this time, I'm going to also schedule world building and why I'm doing a certain thing with a character, just the way I world build characters and the way ideas pop into my head. If you guys are interested in that, because I thought it'd be interesting to do it as well as a live as well. And obviously anyone who misses the live can always watch it back. But I think it's just very interesting to see how different authors and different writers and creatives come up with their ideas, you know? And if anyone wants to share any of their ideas or what you're working on, or if you want to bump heads about anything, or, you know, please do share, do share, do share. Hi Mary, how are you? I hope the state of Illinois is going well. I was reading some news about Illinois earlier on, actually. I think it was one of your towns. Something happened. I think there's always something happening anyway in the US. Yeah, Illinois. Oh, fantastic. That's such good news. That is really, really good news. So I think today, rather than writing, I'm probably going to type. I think. Right. Trying to figure out what I'm doing first. Hi, I've got to type that up. Oh, and vanishing act. Vanishing act. So I've got to type quite a lot of stuff up. It's just going to be a typing day today. Lovely. I'm going to use my contraption. 1 second. So if anyone likes to type and write and then type, so write on paper and then type, get one of these. They have these on Amazon. It's really it's easily available. It's inexpensive as well. But it's always good to have your writing at that angle so you can read it easily and just type. But as you can see, this was what I was working on probably a few months ago. And it's amazing how papers by a window yellow very easily. And this is actually a good idea because if you're actually wanting to make notepads or make journals, all you need to do is put paper by a window because this is the same type of paper, right? So it's all the same colour, well, same type of paper, but if you leave it by a window for a few months, it just yellows, and it becomes the most incredible shade of, well, yellow-brown, but it just looks gorgeous. And that is just from having it by a window for the last few months, so. Or you could just stain it with tea bags. But this is very easily available on Amazon, and it's an absolute godsend. And it has these amazing clips as well that just leave the paperwork in place. So let me show you. There you go, boom. And I absolutely adore it. You can just open it up, get the paper out, get it back in. And it just keeps it all tidy. So that's what it looks like. And it's available on Amazon. Oh, yep, I'm trying to break it now already. It's really good. And some of these contraptions, they seem so simple, but they're really good for... Oh, okay, Mace, I might have to leave early because I have this thing I have to do today, but if the live is still going on by then, I'll come back. Of course, of course. There are going to be a few more lives this week anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about them. That's fine. Mace. As long as like we can get the writing done, that's all that matters. Okay, I'll have to finish that later. So this is a short story I was working on, but I'm going to finish it another time. More later on. But I just haven't done any... I have a lot of typing to catch up on. When is this? Just going to get mine for a second again. Yay. Okay. So I'm just working on book 3 of the my Heathen series. Book 3. And I did get stuck with this a few days ago, so I'm hoping I can... Yes, I always handwrite the first draft. Always, always, always. I just prefer it. So it means that I have to always type up later on. But it has not affected me in any way. I think, if anything, it just means that the quality of the work is a lot better. And I think it just works better for me. And I don't think it necessarily works for everyone. I know people who cannot handwrite at all. They prefer to just type. And that's fine as well. It depends on the person. On the person writing the story. Okay, where did I stop? Anyway. Oh, Bryn's voice broke. Found it. warlocks being. Yeah. Are you a writer? Yeah, I'm a writer. Yeah, so Mace is correct. It's writer, and I don't know what you're talking about. So maybe this might not be the channel for you. There we go. Right. And then I'm using... Often lost their way and ended up using... powers for... Hi, Kat, how are you? Good, good, good. 1 second. I thought one of my dogs was eating something. I got very concerned for a second there. I know we're rowing. Oh dear. I hope everyone's doing well with the writing. And I hope my internet connection is actually working. Because that could be very humiliating. So I'm trying to see if there are any missing messages, because there don't seem to be any missing messages, but I know I have missed messages in the past. Okay. Everything seems to be accounted for. Is anyone working on anything different, or I want to say interesting, but we always work in fairly interesting stories. Was anyone working on anything different from last time? I know there were some really amazing ideas going around last time. Okay, this is a bit bright. I'm working on a new story because that other story was just not working. It wasn't working for you. Okay. So is a new story going more smoothly than the last one did? I need to sort out my lighting. Sorry, 1 second. I need to just put. I've got my fairy lights on. That might work. Okay, take that on. Hopefully that works a bit. Oh, it's going good. That's amazing, Mace. That is absolutely amazing news. I'm working on a chapter and it's actually going really well. Writing a cozy fantasy, park ranger relocating magical beasts running around town. Okay, that's quite an idea. A park ranger relocating magical beasts. That's a really fantastic idea, actually. Everyone just has so many different ideas that I would never even think of, so that's really good. I'm currently drafting a conversation between a witch and a warlock, and that's it. Sounds boring, but there's a lot to talk about. I'm a bit of both. I like my dialogue, but I think sometimes you just have to stick to descriptions. So it just depends entirely on what I'm writing and what what is going on in the scene. So it just depends on the actual scene and what I want to convey to the reader and how deep I want the conversation to be. So it just depends entirely on what I'm trying to convey to the reader, you know. But it's all such good fun, so I'm really happy with it. I'm writing about the nomads who being the first founders and developers of magic in the world, and build a magical academy for magician prodigy. Something like low fantasy. That sounds really good. That sounds very similar to like magical schools, which is kind of like what Heathens is about as well. That sounds really good. Raffles, whatever you're doing, please stop doing it. Oh, thank you, Sophia. Sending good vibes. So you always meet your writing goals. Thank you so much. I am meeting my writing goals today, so I'm really happy about that. But thank you. That's amazing. That's so lovely. I'm still working on my first idea, but it's turning out pretty good, it seems. Oh, that's amazing news. I think it's so good when you finally sit down and just focus on an idea and it's just, and you start to flesh it out. It's really good and it's really productive as well. My writing sprint is going well as well, so I'm really happy about that. Your YouTube videos and live help me overcome my insomnia. By the way, thank you so much. I hope you're doing great. Oh, thank you, Isa. Thank you so much for that. That's such a lovely compliment. I'm glad you find the videos helpful. I will be doing a lot more videos. I'm just trying to get myself organized, but I've got some videos planned, particularly around world building and the fantasy element. Mace, I know this is random, but from making this idea, I realized Amulet, this graphic novel I read a long time ago, is kind of based off the Spiderwick Chronicles. And I don't know why that blew my mind. LOL. Oh, okay. I've heard of the Spiderwick Chronicles. I didn't know Amulet, so I've never heard of it. But yeah, it's amazing how you find some books that are quite similar to each other in a way, and it just shows you that you can sort of rewrite the same stories over and over again. But as long as you put your own spin on it, I guess it's all right. Have you ever heard of any Hungarian urban legends since living there? Now, this is interesting. Earlier on today, I was listening to a podcast about serial killers for some odd reason. I love my podcasts. And they were talking about Elizabeth Bathory. And she was from Hungarian royalty in the 1500s. But she was supposed to be really, really awful. And whenever I've heard about her, they called her the Blood Countess because they said that she killed many of her subjects. One second. Sorry, she killed many of her subjects because she used to bathe in their blood. However, the podcast has since said that actually it might not be true because that story might have been created to discredit her because there was some sort of power struggle going on back then. And she had a lot of money. So it's very interesting, but that's the only real person I've heard about. But I think she actually existed. But it seems that now the story around her might have been fabricated to a certain extent. Yeah, they said her husband was a serial killer too, but now they're not so sure because at the time there was a power struggle because there was a lot of power in this region was held by very few nobles, like in most of Europe. And she had a lot of money and a lot of power. And one of her cousins was trying to challenge the king at the time, who was King Matthias, I think, for the throne. And she had a lot of money and she could have supported her cousin if she wanted to. So apparently they wanted to get rid of her one way or the other. So it's a very interesting, Elizabeth Bathory is a very interesting. So this is the first time I've heard this theory that actually she may have been innocent, which is quite sad. Well, I guess we'll never know because that was so long ago now. But all I've ever heard about her is the stories about her being a crazed noble who wanted to just kill the poor and bathe in their blood. Yeah, and I think this region has that obsession with the whole bloody vampire chronicles type thing. Because, I mean, just the country next door is Romania, and they had Count Dracula. So they're wondering if her story started, the rumours around her started, because of the stories around Dracula, Count Dracula, who was right next door as well, just a few hours away by car. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting story. It is very interesting, but this is the first time I've heard that she might actually have been innocent, which is rather sad. But I think women back then wouldn't have still a chance, especially if they had money and power, because there were lots of people who were or would have been threatened by her. So yeah, quite a sad story, but I don't know if it's we'll never know if it's true or not, because yeah, apparently she was very powerful, and she also had a lot of money, and she had relatives in power as well. And there was a bit of a power struggle going on. And because of her assets and the amount of money she had, they feared that she would have been able to support other people financially. So whoever had the most money back then held the power, pretty much. I think pretty much like today, actually, like in modern times as well. But that's the only real story in this region. Obviously, I think many different countries in this region all have their urban legends, and I am trying to find out more about the different urban legends. I think Germany, which is like 2 countries away, about 5 hour drive away, will probably have a lot more stories as well, but because that's a much larger region. Hungary is quite small. With the basis, with the basis and noble evil. Noble evil, I don't know if evil could be noble. I think evil is just evil, but yeah. We'll never know about any of these people because, these stories, like I say, the history is normally written by the victors, so we'll never know if she was really what they say she was, but, and I think back then as well, people were very superstitious, extremely superstitious, and a woman with power and money would not have been liked or approved of by people. Yeah. corral. The Secretariat tried to corral. Oh dear. Oh, how annoying. I'm a bit stuck now. Okay, I'm gonna start to wind down the live. Just a few more minutes, about 5 more minutes. So I'm gonna start to wind down with what I'm writing because I'm very, very tired today. And I've been handwriting all day, so all this was done early on today. So I'm gonna continue tomorrow. We're gonna start to wind down. Oh, I think it's gonna rain again. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm very happy. I hope you've gotten some good work done as well, Kat. And if anyone's missed the start of this live, just play it back, because like it becomes readily available once the live ends, and just write for the duration of the live stream. I think that really does help in setting goals. Yes, I will be on tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow at the same time. I'm going to schedule another live right after this, but I will be on tomorrow. And yeah, and I'm planning on doing a world building session later on this week, perhaps towards the end. Well, tomorrow's Thursday, so it's a bit late. But I am planning on doing a world building session. But a lot of these videos can be played after the live, so you don't have to be there for the live. That's fine. I won't be offended. But I'm fleshing out a character that I've been thinking about for a few years. Yeah, for a few years, that's accurate. And I want to flesh the character out. So tomorrow will be alright with me. But I think perhaps Friday or Saturday there's going to be a world building. But I'm going to like schedule it all on the channel as well. Okay, lovely guys. So I will see you all tomorrow. Anyone who wants to come along for the live tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be slightly longer tomorrow, but today has been a rather exciting day, even though I haven't actually done much. But I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening, and if you are writing at the moment and it's going well, please do keep writing. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Okay. Have a lovely evening, or morning, or night. Good night.